Okay, learning outcome B6 talks about water. Let's talk a little bit about water and the importance of water. About anywhere from 50 to 75% of our body weight is based on water. And we know that water has polar covalent bonds. As far as the function of water, a lot of different functions in the body. Number one, it acts as a solvent, meaning that other substances can be dissolved in it. So we can say it dissolves substances. This is important because we know that when water dissolves certain salts, they ionize, and therefore we get those electrolytes. And electrolytes are very important in the body. And again, as far as osmotic effects are concerned, electrical effects may relate to membrane voltage, and for chemical reactions. It's important as a lubricant. It's important in body compartments because it forms a film that reduces friction. It's a reactant. It's part of chemical reactions. In fact, it's very important for certain chemical reactions. Specifically, what we call metabolic reactions, certain types of metabolic reactions. And we'll talk about that in a little while. And it's also important for heat transfer. Water helps to maintain a stable body temperature. And it does so by either absorbing heat or removes heat. And water can remove heat. If you look at the process of sweating, sweating is a process of what we call evaporative cooling. So your sweat glands release water onto the surface of your skin. The water evaporates, and in the process, as the water evaporates, it takes heat from your body with it. Now, I'm going to define mixture here for you real quick. A mixture is basically defined as a physical blend of substances. But there are no chemical changes that are occurring between those substances. No reactions. I'll give you an example. Say you're making cookies or a cake. You put in your flour, you put in your eggs, you put in your sugar, vanilla, nuts, whatever else you're putting in the cookies, and you just mix them together. Well, basically you just have a physical blend of those substances. Nothing happens to those substances until you put those cookies in the oven, and then you add heat to them, and then you get these chemical reactions that are occurring, which then bake those into cookies, and now it is no longer a mixture. It is now a new compound, which in this case would be a cookie. Alright, I want to address something called, so I just talked about mixtures. I want to talk about solutions. Not answers, but solutions. Solutions are kind of a type of mixture. They can be a mixture of various substances. But what I want to address is the two parts to a solution. We have a solute and a solvent. And I like to look at this kind of an arithmetic problem. If you take a solute and a solvent and you add them together, you get a solution. So, a solute is what is being dissolved or mixed and this is what is doing the dissolving. what we're adding the solute to. And collectively then those would be a solution. For example, we can make a sodium chloride solution. We could take 23 grams of sodium chloride and dissolve it in 1 liter of water, and we would get a solution of sodium chloride. Or we could take any amount of sodium chloride, any amount of water, mix them together and dissolve the sodium chloride, and we would get a sodium chloride solution. Now, later on in the semester, well, very soon actually, in Chapter 3, we talk about transport processes that are occurring in the cell, and in lab number 2, I believe, you're going to be talking about something called osmosis. And it's really important in order for you to understand osmosis that you understand this relationship between solute and solvent. And I will be addressing osmosis in lecture when we get to that in Chapter 3 and reviewing that with you. But if you understand this basic idea of what a solution is and its relationship to solutes and solvents, I think that will help you in the long run in understanding osmosis.